You draw, you die.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
As always, this video and my channel are sponsored by Untap.gg. Looking to play your best Magic game? You should use Untap.gg. You can download it using the link in the description of the video. It tracks your stats, it shows you who you're winning against, what you're losing against, and shows you the meta picks that other people are playing in ranked, so you can, adjust your decks accordingly, or maybe borrow a deck list for inspiration. Again, that's Untapped.gg. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Sheoldred the Apocalypse is great because all she needs to do is be on the battlefield and there's a good chance you'll win the game through bleeding out your opponent. In a format like Commander or Brawl, card draw is huge. You want to get card advantage because that's how you power up your board, that's how you get spells so you can take out your opponent, and it's also how you take 2 damage from Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Sheoldred's ability is pretty simple, but she's also an extremely well-statted creature. She's a 4-mana 4/5, very hard to deal with for something like mono red, with Death Touch, which means that even the green decks are going to be staring her down like, I don't want to attack that. This deck does have some synergy with Sheoldred's abilities, meaning card draw, because card draw is good. There's also a couple cards in this deck that can make your opponents draw cards, because something like Sign in Blood, if you have a Sheoldred out, could be 6 damage to your opponent, because they draw 2 cards, meaning they lose 4 life, and then they lose 2 more life. And the same thing goes for Fell Stinger. You can use this to draw cards for yourself, or target your opponent to deal damage. There's also a 2-card combo in this deck between Sheoldred and Peer into the Abyss. Peer into the Abyss makes your opponent, in this case, draw a lot of cards. Then they lose a lot of life. Because you have a Sheoldred out. It's pretty nice. It's a nice little pair of cards we got going up in here. I'm not running any other more convoluted combos with Sheoldred. You can do things like, I don't know, play around with making your opponent lose life when you gain life. Oh, wait. How about this? A Vito, Thorn of the Dusk. Not going for the full combo version, but still a really good card with Sheoldred. Also, because we're in mono black, I'm running a lot of mono black good stuff. I have like a very minor sacrifice theme in this deck, really based around drawing cards on sacrifice with things like, where are you, my dear Yawgmoth? He's a good card. Who'd have thunk? Lots of good single target removal, a couple board wipes, we have Languish and Blood on the Snow, and we have some of my personal favorite cards up here at the high end, like Massacre Worm. I like Worm. Good. I like Worm. There's not really a lot of colorless wheels in Magic Arena, but if you happen to go up against something like Risco and you can keep your Sheoldred alive on the battlefield, they'll be drawing 7 cards anyway, and you'll be laughing as they lose 14 life. So we're going to take our Sheoldred deck and draw a couple cards with it. Our first opponent has 5 colors, and they're not afraid to use them because it's Esika, God of the Tree. I sort of have 2 lands and a Dark Ritual in this hand, which is not bad at all. I am going to keep this, and I'm going to point out that our opponent is in the Hell Queue. Yes, that's right. Sheoldred is a nasty enough commander that she matches up against the best of the best, or the worst of the worst, depending on how you think about it, like the Prismatic Bridge. This commander is a 5-color good stuff commander with a focus on creatures and planeswalkers typically, which is, not the worst to me. Which means that we get to be the villain as well, playing our Sheoldred, and a turn 2 commander is never something your opponent wants to see, which is one of the reasons I think that Dark Ritual should not be in this format, and I'm really hoping that Wizards of the Coast will eventually remove it from Historic Brawl. Please, it doesn't give like a fun advantage, it's just like, look, I got my Sheoldred out early, you love that, right? With a swingier commander, especially Planeswalker commanders, that can be a whole lot worse to play against. Alright, so now we have our Sheoldred down, we have 3 mana, not enough to actually play anything currently, and we'll swing in for 4. Our opponent, though, cast Cultivate, which means that they've ramped. And that ramp gives them more mana, and gives them more colors, and if they would like to, they can play the Prismatic Bridge here, but it looks like they're going to wait, and they've hit the Skyclave Relic. Well, that's kind of good for me, because when they do get the Prismatic Bridge down, I have Feed the Swarm, which is black enchantment removal. And I'm a big fan of that. Yeah. If I'm willing to sacrifice my Sheoldred here, and I'm not, I could cast Cruelty of Gix using the Phyrexian Tower. I'm just going to play Key to the Archive, though. This is a very strong card, in part because it can get me removal I normally wouldn't have access to. I'm going to drop the Dread Presence, though it is playable. I don't have lands in hand right now, so I don't feel super confident about my ability to play this and then follow up with a land. Oh, hey, Kaya. Kaya can get rid of Sheoldred or get rid of the Key to the Archive. I think either of those would be fine choices. Move my commander to the command zone? Yes, please. Thank you. And here's the bridge. And there's not a bridge here anymore. I destroyed it because I don't want to think about it or deal with it. The Kaya is just vibing out here, though, and I've played Black Market Connection. Black Market Connection is really neat because you can pay life to do all sorts of cool things like treasure, card draw, and creatures. Oh, guess who's back? It's the Prismatic Bridge. Our opponent is doing this big rainbow ramp thing. Thankfully, we did draw all this removal nice and early. And who's ready for 6 life? It's me. I love paying 6 life to this card. It makes me happy. Might want to go for this. I think the right move, though, is to go for this. We're going to Feed the Swarm. I'm going to say, oh, what a nice Prismatic Bridge you have there. Yum, yum, yum. Munch, munch. Tasty, tasty. Which are normal things for people to say. I'll get down Liliana, too. And I'm going to create a zombie token. Perfect. Hi, would you like to kill your Kaya to get rid of my Liliana? That is perfectly fair and honest. They still have enough mana to replay the Prismatic Bridge. They still have 3 left over, too. And I'm out of removal for this bridge. Oh, they're doing a little cycling. Okay. I'm paying 6 life again because I know what I like and how I like it. And I think I'm going to play Cruelty of Gix. I want to see what they have in their hand. So Chapter 1. Chapter 1, show me your secrets. Ooh, Liliana or the Wanderer. Liliana is a little bit scarier to me, though the Wanderer can take out my commander, Sheoldred. We also have some leftover mana here, so how about a Sanguine Brushstroke? We're in mono black, so Blood Artists, which is what this card creates, are always a good time. And we're going to knock them down to 6. Let's see what the Prismatic Bridge gets for them. It's Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Yeah, that's a good card. They're using him to draw. They're going to draw again. My guess is they're looking for not a board wipe, because a board wipe would do a lot of damage to them, but also maybe a board wipe? I mean, honestly, Midwich Massacre wins the game for me. Ah, yes. Well, what's kind of nice is that this is not damage. It's life loss. So there's a chance they have something like Settle the Wreckage. Will I pay the 6? Always, every day of my life. Then will I pay the 3? I don't even have a choice. Let's go ahead and grab... Where are you? Foxies! Pay the 6. I wanna end this game as low as I can go. Hey! What you got? Teferi's Protection. Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. I still don't die to this because we can sacrifice a creature. But it doesn't make me happy at all. Let's start with Sheoldred. We're going to gain a little bit of life here. I'm going to drop the Inquisition of Kozilek, or maybe this Crux of Fate, since they don't exactly have things for me to kill. And we're going to vibe. I'm eyeing a little upkeep stop here. Yeah, I'm going to take an upkeep stop. And end the turn. Okay, so it's the start of their turn, and they're going to get the Prismatic Bridge. I will let that happen. Nicol Bolas, Godfarer. So what am I most afraid of here? Nicol Bolas, Teferi, definitely not the Wanderer. I'm going to say Nicol Bolas, because he can actually just kill me on the spot, and I don't really want that to happen. So I am going to go for the full cost or the half cost. Full cost. Baleful Mastery here. Which requires me to sacrifice a creature. I'll sacrifice this zombie, which gains me a life. And now they don't have a Nicol Bolas. I don't want them to draw the extra card off this. Oh, look! I have 6 life again. Yeah, so this Nicol Bolas, his -4, I know because I play this commander a lot, is just 7 damage. It's good. Surprising nobody. Teferi can plus. Teferi is minus. Someone has a board wipe, don't they? With 5 life left, a board wipe otherwise would have killed them. So I think they made the right move. I have other things I can bring back, though. Oh, I got other things I can bring back. I don't need the Sheoldred. I'm gonna just quickly put this full control mode on. Do I want the card draw instead? I want the card draw. And since we're at the start of the pre-combat main phase, I might want to go for this Nykthos activation while I still have this extra devotion on the battlefield. I don't think I need it. Sheoldred's a little costly, if you didn't notice. And I'm looking at how much damage I have here. Let's see. Not quite enough to kill them, so I feel like we'll have to play around that. This does damage, by the way. So, like, Teferi, I cannot just bop with this ability. How about Sheoldred? How about we draw a card? Lose a life, but we gain 2 back. And I'm short just 1 mana of Yawgmoth's Vile Offering, so I can't just yeet the Teferi out into oblivion. I like getting some permanent ramp, though, so I'm going to use this Replicating Ring and get out the Blood Artist. Hi, Valky! Yes, look at what I have in my hand. Is that a second Blood Artist effect? Oh, it sure is! I just need to have some creatures on the battlefield for me to have a little bit of fun. Oh, the reason I can't bop the Teferi, to answer somebody in chat, is because they have the Wanderer! And the Wanderer has this pesky little all non-combat damage is prevented ability, which means that if I were to try to deal 2 damage, it wouldn't work. Life loss still works, but damage does not. There's a difference. Life loss happens as a result of damage, but damage is different from loss of life in Magic the Gathering. I didn't write the rules, I just follow them because Wizards of the Coast says I need to, or they'll call a judge on me. Oh, hi, Ashiok. Exile a card, you say. I'm gonna drop the Inquisition of Kozilek, because you don't have any cards in hand. Yes, untap your lands. Well, that's a fun one. I wish I could pay the 6. That's fine. I'm still going to pay the 3. Perfect. And now, I feel like I could just Meat Hook Massacre and win the game. But I want another guy out first, just in case. I don't think that there's anything I need to do this for, but, you know, a little more mana kind of helps pay for itself. And, let's go for a 1Z, 2Z, 3Z. Nice. Defeated the Essica. Did I have fun? Why do you ask me this, Wizards of the Coast? Yeah, sure, I had fun. It's Nicol Bolas, Dragon God, a Grixis control commander who I do not particularly like as a commander. Doesn't even have a fun theme like the Nicol Bolas I play. And wow, would you look at that? Kill, counter, bounce, counter, kill. So fun. So daring. And, most importantly, it's a 2-lander, so we're going to make them drop the 1 card they can play. That's right. Did you get another land? We'd probably see it here, because there's a chance it would come in tapped. So Nicol Bolas Dragon God has like this double card advantage on the plus ability of you draw, and your opponent has to exile a card. Has a -3 that can just kind of kill things, steals the Planeswalker abilities of other Planeswalkers, and has an ultimate that wins the game. Alright, so right now they're holding up the Disallow or the Murderous Rider. So we're going to start by swinging in! A perfect time if you'd like to kill one of these. Murderous Rider on the Midnight Reaper. It dies and we draw a card. Card advantage! Cool. And let's see, what do I got? Nothing that I can see that would kill my commander. So here comes Sheoldred onto the battlefield. For mana. They've got that Disallow, but they didn't hold up mana for it, and now they are choosing to play a blocker. It's interesting. Okay, I will attack you. My guess is they're just hoping to River's Rebuke everything back. Neato. And I'm going to draw a card here, because I really want to make sure we're getting land drops whenever we can. Fortunately, didn't get a land. That is okay, though. We did get a Gonti. I love Gonti. And they're up to 5. So now they could play Nicol Bolas if they would like to. They could use that to kill Sheoldred. Or they could just wait a turn, you know, get another land. Maybe do a River's Rebuke.
Aha, it's I, Nicol Bolas Dragon God. And I'm killing your dumbass.
Oh no, I'm not supposed to swear in YouTube videos. It's fine. YouTube, don't demonetize me. Please. Alright, so Nicol Bolas is just kind of vibing right now. I can just kill him though, and I think that's exactly what I'll do. But I also really would like to steal. The reason I'm not really wanting to cast this Gonti is because then both my creatures would die to the Chandra's minus ability. Unfortunately, I don't really have other things I can do. I'm going to draw. Ooh, I can ramp. I do like ramp. And we're going to go ahead and bop Nicol Bolas right on his little snoot. Would you like to River's Rebuke? I've gotten lots of value out of this Bank Buster. I don't mind getting more. Nope, they're going for Chandra. Do you plus or minus? If they minus and kill this, we actually have a creature that's able to attack next turn. And it looks like that's exactly what they did. Okay, that's good for me. All I need to do is have 3 power on the battlefield, and I feel like I can pull that off. I could play Sheoldred, Evolve Sleeper, Gonti, or Vito in some combination. I want to steal, so I'm going to start with Gonti. Hello, I'm Gonti. Show me your cards. They don't have creatures. That's for Nicol Bolas. That's a Thoughtseize. See that? Right there? You see that? That's a Thoughtseize. So we're going to go ahead and take out Liliana. Did you forget that this was a vehicle? It's okay if you did. And we're going to take a little looky-loo at your handaroo. What you got? Nicol Bolas, Jin-Gitaxias, Counterspell, and River's Rebuke. If they get a land, they could play one of these. I'm not scared of you. I'm a little scared of you. You're mostly just funny. And that's annoying. I'm gonna hit Nicol Bolas. The reason I'm not that afraid of Jin-Gitaxias, by the way, is... This is going to sound funny, but... It's because we have Death Touch. And he's a 5/5. So, look, my Infernal Grasp, my Yawgmoth's Vile Offering, they're not as good. But I don't need those. Because I have Death Touch. And kids love Death Touch. Okay. Cool. Okay, they're throwing everything back into my hand. I'm actually going to crack open this. Then I'm going to do this. This way I'm just drawing the most cards before everything gets yeeted back into hand. Yeah, the River's Rebuke gets doubled. It's pretty meaningless. Oh no! Oh no! And Jin-Gitaxias is like, I can deal 5 damage! You sure did, buddy bye. So you've got a Disallow, you have the kill spell on your big boy right there. If I replay this, it will get countered. So we're just gonna go for dear friend Gonti. And steal! Ooh, a Fatal Push, an Infernal Grasp. Oh, that gives me a fun idea. Alright, so we're gonna start by casting Fatal Push. Oh, yes, I would. Jin-Gitaxias says, you dare cast an instant? I will counter it! Oh, that's really cool of you, Jin-Gitaxias. Anyway, die. I have to discard a card at end of turn. Painful Bond. I don't feel like I need card draw right now. By the way, you can target a thing that can't actually be killed with Fatal Push. It lets you do that, which is both a warning and like a pro tip in case you need to get around Jin-Gitaxias' silly billy abilities. Nicol Bolas Dragon God! Do you plus? Do you minus? What's your vibe, dude? If you don't kill this Gonti, we have something fun coming up. Okay, Gonti's dead. But wait, do I have a legend? And then, perhaps, an additional 5 mana? I do! I want your Nicol Bolas. Who's the God Pharaoh now? It's me. I am. And we could minus, or we could plus. I could never deny crime. Ah, a Bedevil. That doesn't actually have any targets. Vito's just like, oh, how nice. How wonderful! Blood on the Snow, destroying all planeswalkers. They paid 4 blue, which, since everything they've played so far has been silly expensive or a control spell, they don't actually have anything they can bring back off the Blood on the Snow. They also played Cold Steel Heart, and they're tapped out. Do not have a route to lethal this turn, but I do have a Sheoldred. And I like Sheoldred. So I'm going to play her. You draw a card, and you lose 2 life. Listen, you could use your Disallow to counter that ability. But I don't think it's going to win you the game. And that's going to be a victory for Sheoldred. A very strange one. Oh, what's good? It's Sheoldred versus Sheoldred! That means that our card draw, if they have their Sheoldred out, is gonna hurt us too. Sheoldred's abilities, by the way, essentially counter each other out. But, and this is an important but, there's this thing called AppNap, or active player, non-active player, which means that depending on whose turn it is, one player's ability will resolve first. So, yeah, let's see if that happens to be relevant during this game. It's definitely been relevant before. I have a medium hand here. I liked the idea of having a piece of removal, a piece of removal, a piece of discard, Vito, because it's good, and Gary is just kinda here. Hi, Grey Merchant is Asphodel. You're a neat card in a mono black deck. I don't really like Grey Merchant of Asphodel, but enough people like to pressure me into putting this into mono black decks that if I take it out, people are like, where's Gary? And then one of these days, I'm gonna get the win off Grey Merchant's abilities, and they're gonna feel real vindicated. They're gonna feel like they're the smartest, biggest brained bumbles in the whole world. Alright, let's go. Turn 1, a swamp. Turn 2, Undercity Plunder. This is an interesting discard spell because it's either a 2-mana Mind Rot or a 2-mana, your opponent discards a card and you get a card from their deck. And since we are both the same commander, any card in their deck is going to be good for me to have too. Like Extinction Event! Perfect. I actually don't run this board wipe in my deck because I don't know, it doesn't vibe with me. I kind of like just throwing down Liliana here and plussing. And you want to know who I'm getting rid of? It's Gary. I'm getting rid of Gary. Bye, Gary. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to ult Liliana. I'm going to try to use her -6 ability before they can do anything about it. Or they could exile her. Okay, that's fine. That drew me a card too, since they paid the student cost, or the discount, and Thought Season me. Don't look at this! Ugh. Well, there goes Vito. I'll play Sheoldred. Sheoldred is almost certainly going to be killed, but like they just used some removal. So let's see what they have. Is it their own Sheoldred? Please play your own Sheoldred. Nope, Vraska's Contempt. They exiled Mashelli. Okay, fine. Okay, you know I'm gonna do the same exact thing to you, though. Gruesome realization! Drawing cards! No, you're supposed to play your commander. You have to play your commander. Just because my hand is kill spell, kill spell, kill spell, kill spell. Fine. Ugin, the Ineffable. Did you know he can't be F'd? It's right there in the name. Oh, nice! They dealt 5 damage to him and gained 5 life. We still get our 2/2 Spirit with a card that's hidden underneath it that we get to put into our hand whenever this leaves the battlefield. Sheoldred! Before I draw, I'm going to kill her! Bye, Sheoldred. Alright, cool. Now we, eye for an eye, right? Oh, Replicating Ring. Don't mind if I do. And I attack for 2! That's right. I'm in the lead now. You only have 24 life left. Do you want to play her again? Torment of Hailfire. Okay. I'm going to sacrifice the Spirit token. Then I'm going to discard this Extinction event. Then I'm going to decline. Yay! I got a regular Bank Buster! Hooray! Ooh, Filthy of Kicks. I feel like they're not gonna have a creature in hand. But I want to know. Will you show me? That's a portal to Phyrexia. You have big cards in your deck. I think my most expensive card is Peer into the Abyss. They just tormented and did that. So yeah, a bit of mono black ramp going on here. I'm going to get to tutor. Just get rid of her. Yeah, I was thinking, like, do I need to have more mana up? The answer is no, I don't. Scroll all the way down here. Hotsies. I don't want you to have this. Looks like Colin's on that blue-green good stuff with Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. I have a decent hand here with a little bit of exile, which is important against a commander like Uro. I'll keep this, and maybe we'll get down a turn 3 Sheoldred. Which is not bad. Not bad. Uro currently on that double blue. Let's see if they have a counterspell for my Mind Stone. They don't, or at least they didn't use it. Whoa, look at that, a 0/0 shark. Wasn't expecting that. I mean, I wasn't expecting a 0/0 shark. It's kind of like somebody tells you there's a shark, and you go to look at it, and they're like, oh yes, well, it doesn't exist due to state-based actions. What? Just trust me on this. I'm gonna play Sheoldred, Tail's End, Essence Scatter, Wash Away. Alright, lots of different counter spells that can hit Sheoldred, and she's in the trash. We'll bring her back. And here's Uro! Hi, Uro! Uro's going to ramp them, and Uro's going to go chill in the graveyard. You can tell they didn't return it to their command zone because the casting cost over here changed. Nice. Good for it, I suppose. And I will play the Midnight Reaper. Is this getting countered too? It is. It is getting countered too. Cool! Alright! And we're vibing. They have 4 cards in their graveyard, and they're going to need 5 other than Uro. So 6 total in order to escape. And that's Wilderness Reclamation. Ew. Gross. This is gonna untap all their lands. Well, I really hope you don't have a counterspell. Well, it's not technically a counterspell. But it does fill up their graveyard enough, so they can escape Uro next turn. Would you like to feel the ruin my Couple Stronghold? Or my Ark of Vraska? This is fine. Right? This is fine. I think Divide by Zero functionally counts as a counterspell. Kind of like how, you know, Memory Lapse threw things back into hand. Divide by Zero, by the way, did end up getting banned from the standard it was in. That is how frustrating of a card this is. Thankfully, they don't have any learn cards, though, so they could only loot. Alright, here comes Uro. They have 3 cards in hand, and all their mana's gonna untap. Ooh, okay, and they're throwing Mind Stone back into hand, which makes me feel like they don't have a counterspell. Huh. Mind Stone. I see this Hall of Storm Giants. Liliana of the Veil? Make you sacrifice Uro. Ah, okay. They actually had Hexproof, so the targeting fizzled, and they got a wee 1/1. The 1/1 can take out Liliana, or they could steal Liliana. Ooh, I'll drop the Heartless Act. That sounds good. Well, it was a land, so at least that tells me what they have. I would like to win with the Bolas's Citadel. Excellent. Key to the Archive. I'll take it. They have a Regrowth, Corrosion Grip, or Putrefy. Corrosion Grip lets me destroy that. Regrowth lets me bring back, I suppose, Liliana? No, she's in hand still. Nothing very important there. I'll take the Corrosion Grip. And I'm going to drop the Go for the Throat. We have a Hogra Mauling here, and I will Hogrily Maul their Uro. Oof, and the next card is unfortunately one I can't use! Yawgmoth's Vile Offering requires me to have a legendary creature, Planeswalker, to cast. Alright, so they have 7, 8 damage here, which means that there's not much I'm going to be able to do off of my Bolus's Citadel. They scry. And they plus, they have nothing in hand. Right now, the Wilderness Reclamation is not what's hurting me. It's not what's stopping me. I'm gonna drop the Croson Grip. Thoughtseize does nothing for me. Other than, you know, kill me. I think I'm going to start with Sheoldred. And I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to use the Mind Stone. Okay. Painful Bond draws me more cards. Cosmos Elixir. And now there's just a land. But we have a blocker. The Knight of Ebon Legion. What I don't have is 2 blockers. Oh, by the way, I'm a player. If a player loses 4 or more life, then it gets a counter. Tamio! Hey, you want to bring back Mass Manipulation? They could cast it. They could steal Sheoldred and then make me sacrifice my knight. I would rather you have the Knight of Ebon Legion than the Sheoldred. Even though I do have this Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. I'm well aware of your crimes. Well, if I use this, I immediately die. Which would be very sexy of me, honestly. To just kind of die. So instead, I'm going to play Liliana. Hi, Liliana. You're very cool. And we will sacrifice creatures. I know they got this. Oh no! I forgot about Tamio! I forgot about Tamio. Here, I'll just go ahead and show my shame here. A nice Undercity plunder. For anybody who doesn't know, the War of the Spark Planeswalkers all have passives. Tamio's passive, I remembered the discard part. I didn't remember the sacrifice part. Spells and abilities that your opponents control can't cause you to discard cards or sacrifice permanents. Yeah! Whoops! Not that it would have made much of a difference.
Drop it.
Listen, I'm not dead yet. I'm only dead once they attack. Oh. Well, good news. They didn't use their Hall of Storm Giants. I live! Misplays be damned. We're still in this one. We block the Knight of Ebon Legion. We have 3 life. I'll plus the Liliana. I have a Planeswalker, so I can use the Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. I will, these are really the only creatures in graveyards. I'll bring back the Blood Artist, and I'll kill the... Can I kill all of these? The Uro. Blood Artist is like, oh dang.
I just saw a guy die. That was great. Yeah, it was great. I do not have enough life for that, but we can play our Sleepy Boy, the evolved sleeper, and we could pass the turn. We could be at the ready to use a Baleful Mastery. I think we just hang though. And we gain life! Yeah, I do want Gonti. I do want Gonti. I'm gaining life. Impulse. Okay. Discover the formula! This is going to seem like probably a weird move to some of you, but I'm going to exile Tamio right now. And if you want to know, Amy, why are you doing that? The answer is because I don't want them to bring back Discover the Formula. I have a healthy fear of that card. A healthy fear of Discover the Formula. We discard our snow-covered swamp. My swamp! And they're attacking me with everything they've got. I'm just gonna block with this zombie on their zombie. They will lose a life. I will gain a life. And they untap with everything. Okay, play the land off the top. I don't have enough mana for that. Okay, if I play the Sheoldred first... Memory lapsed. Okay. Library. I can replay that. 1 is not 0. It's not. Uh-oh. Cards in their hand. We plus. They countered the ability. Okay. I evolve my sleeper. I slam into Liliana. Leave myself with the maximum number of blockers. Lolth gets me more blockers next turn. And if we need to, we could sacrifice 10 non-land permanents and it would gain me 4 life. It's not nothing. Whelming Wave. Would I rather have all these cards or would I sacrifice all of them? Well, I think I'm dead either way. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! Which is fine and normal. What? It would be very funny if they, like, countered their own whelming wave, like, I knew you would do this. Okay, Knight of Ebon Legion's back in my hand. They have 6 mana. And it's exact lethal. What a game. That was a very funny one. Misplays aside, I appreciate my opponent for putting up with my shenanigans. And I'm sure they appreciate me putting up with theirs. It's Maki Mac playing Rafine, Scheming Seer. Alright, Maki, what do you got? Typically, Rafine Scheming Seer. She connives on attack or any other things that you have attacking. Has lots of unblockable or evasive creatures combined with reanimation and really, really strong stuff. Because when you're starting to put stuff in your graveyard...
you can get stuff out of your graveyard. Alright, well, Lazav, I am a little afraid of you. Just afraid enough that I'm going to kill you before our opponent untaps. This Lazav can transform into cards that are in the graveyard, but more importantly, it's an attacker that they could use right away, and I don't want to deal with that. What do we want? Do we want the Ohiomancer, or do we want to just draw cards to look for more removal? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw cards! And look, removal. They draw. They discard, and it was a brainstorm. Okay. What if I played a Sheoldred? Now, your deck is very good at drawing cards. And I'm good at punishing decks that draw cards. But you're a blue deck, so of course you have access to a 1-mana counterspell that counters my commander. Yep. You know, I'd put it in my deck too. It's the right choice. Alright, Rafine. What do you have this time? A board wipe. And they leave lots of mana open, which I'm not a fan of because it means I'm pretty much just playing right into whatever they have. I'd love to play Cruelty of Gix here, by the way, but I don't think it's that great of an idea. Tap 4 to make 4. That's not that helpful. I think it's going to be better if I play, like, Knight of Ebon Legion and a Theomancer, but I'm gonna risk it. Mystical Dispute! Another counterspell. Okay, Rafine is still doing Rafine things. I wanted to play this, because then I'd get to make them discard a creature if they had one, and then if they are playing big things to reanimate, we could get it back. Fatal Push. That's not too much. They're cycling here. Rafine's getting bigger and chunkier. Use my Cabal Stronghold. It generates a tiny bit more mana, and I'm going to use Hagra Mauling here. We pay the 1. Hey, look at that! I killed Rafine. We killed Rafine? I guess we killed Rafine. And here's the Knight of Ebon Legion. They countered so hard. But it looks like, at least for now, we have a brief reprieve. Oh, but they're conniving! Not that connive. They cast the card Connive, which steals my Knight of Ebon Legion. They don't have enough mana, though, to, like, pump it up. So I kind of just want to Meathook Massacre, but I'd rather do this or this. I think I'm going to save my kill spell for a little bit later. So we're going to go ahead and activate the Cabal Stronghold. And here is the Theomancer. And a Fell Stinger. Do I want to draw cards? Kind of? Yeah, I want to draw cards. I'm going to sacrifice it to itself and draw some cards. Yum, yum, yum. Ooh, a land. Nice. Oh no! They destroyed the Theomancer. Well, exiled it. Before it could make a snake! Ledger Shredder. Nice. Whenever somebody casts their second spell per turn, they get some conniving action. I'm really hoping they just, I don't know, play Rafine. Looks like they're gonna pump it up! Get a +1/+1 counter. Well, okay, 1 second. Get our extra mana here. And do I want to about these first? Yes, I do. Show me your secrets. Unburial Rites. Hey, we found their reanimation. Well, at least some of their reanimation. Languish. Yeah, I know. You get to connive. Whatever it is, it goes straight into the graveyard. Both of you are dead.
And here comes Rankle! I'm just gonna chill. He's the master of prankles. Rankle is like a planeswalker. You get to choose what you want to do. Hey, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't make my stuff tiny. Well, I guess you can. But I'd like it if you did it. So I'm going to kill you. They can bring you back. I'm aware. I see that on burial rites. But I want to gain 7 life. I guess I don't really have anything to do with the extra 1 mana there. That's fine. Still tapped 4 for 6. And how about we draw a card? A land! Inquisition of Kozilek. No! My meaty hooky macaroni! Hi, Rafine. She's like, hey. You want to do that thing again? It's fine if you do. Okay. Sheoldred. Yawgmoth. Hey. Or, as the kids say, sup. Would you like the block? I'm sure you would. No. Oh. Well then. I think it would be fine if we both, I don't know, drew some cards and lost our creatures. Oh look, hey, it's Dark Ritual. I don't need Big Stinky anymore. We're gonna go ahead and drop that. And I'll just pass the turn. They know I could put a -1/-1 counter on Rafine. Ooh, they want to drown in the lock. Okay. And now, just to guess, they're gonna bring back Elishnorn. Elishnorn's gonna prevent a lot of damage next turn. But she's not going to live very long. Aww! Puppy! Well, that helps her live a little longer. Everybody likes Elishnorn when she has a puppy. Wow, that is a lot of mana, huh? I suppose this is what I would like to do. I'm going to attack in with both of these. They're gonna let both parts hit. Are you sure about that? Because I can make you draw a card. Which makes you lose a life. Which makes you lose 2 life. Oh no, the combo piece! Wait, can you stay alive for like 1 second longer? It was too late. Okay, it took a lot of matches. But we found an aggro player. I want to play my deck against an aggro deck. And here we go. We're up against Tajic. Legion's Edge. Tajic is all about swinging in with haste. He has Mentor, which puts +1/+1 counters on another attacking creature that's a little smaller power-wise than he is. And he prevents non-combat damage. Okay, Thorn of Amethyst is going to... It's kind of like Thalia. It makes non-creature spells cost 1 more. And that's fine, because we have creatures. My commander's even a creature. Is it time? No, Legion Warboss. I do like Legion Warboss. They've definitely got the more aggressive start here, especially aided by the Thorn of Amethyst coming in. Now, what I probably want to do is use this Baleful Mastery. Let's see if Tajic comes in. Isamaru! Oh, look at the doggy! Okay, you weren't supposed to get a 1/1, but I also didn't put a stop before your combat, so I did pass into it by accident, and that's fine. By the way, not a soldier, is a warrior. This is just a little guy with double strike. It is a good mentor target, though.
And I'm going to go ahead and drop down the Ravenous Chupacabra, and I'll kill the Core Blade Master. Ah, yes, it is I, the Chupacabra. They have enough mana to play Tajik and give him First Strike while attacking in, which would make my blocks a little more awkward. Ooh, but instead they're going for Twin Blade Geist. And they're just attacking in with Isamaru. I will block and trade with Isamaru. He's a good dog. I'll play Sheoldred. Hello? Oof, she's dead. That's fine. They'll get a good amount of damage here. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, let's see. How about Sheoldred again? Sheoldred is, as I mentioned in the intro, just a very well-statted creature. Oh, nice! 5 evasive. I saw they were considering putting it on there, but I think they like just on the ground, force the block, try to get the trade. So right now, that is 11... well, 13. I do not have to block the Twin Blade Geist. Let's get risky. Let's get frisky. So unfortunately, with this Thorn of Amethyst down, you don't have enough mana to peer into the abyss. Let's see. I'm going to take out this Twin Blade Geist. They can play it as an aura. They have this Den of the Bugbear. We have a piece of removal, which we can use on Tajik. And before they go to combat, we take out Tajik. Otherwise, they get the Mentor, and killing them is going to be a little harder. Let's see if they still attack in. Black Market Connections is not what I want. What I want is a land. Oh, they're going to take me down to 1. Now, they are a deck with red. If they have a shock, they can still kill me. But they don't. And we finally get to do the thing we've wanted to do this whole day, which is take a little looky-loo and peer into the abyss. We're going to have our opponent draw half the cards in their library and take half their life worth of damage, which is going to kill them on the spot. And that's a combo kill right there! Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you'd like to watch me record these live, you should come over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Amazonian. I had a kind of slow week this week because I was extremely sleep deprived due to construction noise going through the night and me going kind of crazy, but I'm doing a little better right now. I'm less crazy than usual. Maybe. But I'm also very happy because I got to do my combo kill. If you're interested in playing this deck, I want to let everybody know that this is an extremely flexible deck to build. It's a mono black deck, which means that you can really pick and choose. Do you want to have a sacrifice subs theme? Do you want to go more towards control and run lots of board wipes? It's really up to you, but as a reminder, you only have the cards in Arena to work with if you happen to be building this as Historic Brawl. If you're doing Commander, though, oh, you can have some fun. You can have some really, really good fun. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.